For as long as any of us can remember, the process of giving and receiving feedback on student writing has been unsatisfactory. Teachers to this day scribble comments that students don't understand. Instead of aggregating the comments teachers make on student papers throughout the learning process, institutions employ one-shot essay tests to measure writing skills. In short, we're commenting on papers as teachers did over 100 years ago. We're using outdated, fundamentally flawed assessment practices. This is insane. This isn't the 19th century. It doesn't make sense for us to ignore ways technology can be used to make grading more helpful and more objective. We need to leverage today's technologies to dramatically improve writing instruction. That's what My Reviewers is all about. My Reviewers is a web-based application that improves document markup, peer review, and assessment practices. Colleges and universities can employ My Reviewers to improve student writing and improve retention and graduation rates.
Many students today are so accustomed with using technology, using social media, and so they're writing much more. And so with the introduction of My Reviewers, they're much more engaged in composition and writing because they don't view it as so outdated with coming to class, writing drafts in class, doing everything with the pen and paper. So the My Reviewers gives them that comfort of engaging with technology and social media and those type of things that they're already accustomed to. So it makes the writing process from the beginning of the semester to the end much more engaging, I think, and relevant for them, and they see how English can benefit them.
I never know when I'm going to find time to do my homework, so whether it be in the coffee shop here on campus or whether I'm walking around or even at my place of work. Being able to complete the reviews online without being present in the classroom really fits into my schedule, especially during exam times.
Students shouldn't have to wait weeks to get comments scribbled in the margins of their papers. Students need immediate and relevant comments. When they don't understand a comment, they need an easy way to get help.
As an instructor, I'm only available in a number of different settings physically in this classroom or during my office hours, but obviously students are working on their papers at different times of the day. The thing that's nice about My Reviewers is that it affords them some of the learning environment of a classroom or my office hours at any time of the day online.
My Reviewers is really helpful because it compiles all the work into one space, so it makes it very efficient to work between drafts, work between copies, and students.
My Reviewers enables teachers and students to insert comments using sticky notes, drawing tools, and rubrics directly on the student's paper where they are needed. In addition, My Reviewers contains more than 190 common comments which can be quickly inserted on documents in the appropriate place. These common comments were developed by analyzing error patterns in over 26,000 student documents at the University of South Florida. Thanks to its partnership with writingcommons.org, a free open education textbook, students don't need to purchase expensive textbooks when they use My Reviewers. Instead, they can access additional information about comments and even take quizzes that reinforce their learning and help them avoid making the same mistakes again and again.
I like that Post-it notes are attached directly to the part of my paper that needs the most attention because I find that overall summary statements tend to be vague.
Writing teachers commonly assign peer review to students. Essentially, teachers ask students to critique one another, which is fine, it's great. But the problem with this approach is how do teachers subsequently grade those reviews without sorting through piles and piles of papers? Plus, students often don't know what to say or how to critique. My Reviewers solves these problems by modeling the language of critique for students. For example, if a student doesn't understand academic conventions, such as focus, organization, evidence, and so on, he can watch videos on these same topics and view sample papers that are marked up with these concerns in mind. With one click, a teacher can see all of the comments a particular student made on other students' papers. My Reviewers aggregates all of the endnotes and marginal comments that a student made when reviewing other students' papers. If a teacher wants to learn more about a particular student's reviews, she can drill down and actually see the review with one click.
Having the rubric side by side with the student work on my reviewers is great because I never lose track of what I'm evaluating for.
It really is crazy for us to review essays as if we're living in the 19th century. It doesn't make sense for teachers to reinvent the grading process every time they grade a new batch of papers. Any experienced teacher can tell you that students tend to make the same mistakes again and again. So why aren't we keeping score? Why aren't we helping students identify patterns of error? My Reviewers tracks errors and concerns at the student, classroom, and program level. For students, for example, My Reviewers keeps a record of all reviews. For classroom teachers, My Reviewers shows where the whole class is struggling. And for large programs, such as USF's first-year composition program, a program that has over 80 teachers and 7,500 students, My Reviewers provides comprehensive learning analytics. Program administrators can compare the grading patterns of teachers. They can evaluate whether a particular curriculum is best meeting students' needs as writers, researchers, and critical thinkers. Throughout the United States, for as long as any of us can remember, teachers and employers have complained about poor writing skills, poor research skills, poor collaboration skills. Many states estimate that 1/3 of the students graduating high school lack college-level writing skills. We have over 100,000 students in composition courses every year receiving feedback and being assessed in archaic ways. It's long past time for us to improve our teaching and assessment practices. To learn more about the theory and research that informs My Reviewers, we invite you to visit our website, myreviewers.com.
Learning to use My Reviewers is easy. If you can post on Facebook, you can use My Reviewers.